magnitude and direction of a vector and unit vectors. The first thing, if AB is the vector which is given to us, which represents x and y, or it can also be as xi plus yj, then the magnitude of the vector AB, magnitude of vector AB will be equal to square root of x square plus y square. This magnitude is nothing but the length of the vector. The second thing, direction or the angle of a vector AB is given as tan inverse of y over x, which is always an obtuse angle measured anti-clockwise from I. From I, which is the x-axis. From I, we measure it anti-clockwise. And it has to be always an obtuse angle. Then the next thing is unit vector. Unit vector, it will be equal to vector AB divided by magnitude of AB. That is square root of x square plus y square. Where unit vector will be equal to vector AB divided by the magnitude of AB. Then position vector. Now position vector of a point is its position relative to the origin. Position vector of A is OA. The first question, find the direction or the angle between each vector from the positive I vector, giving all answers correct to one decimal place. First question is 7i plus 4j, and then B is minus 10i plus 7j, C is minus 6 minus 5, and D is 4 minus 9. This can also be written as minus 6i minus 5j. This can be written as 4i minus 9j. If you want to write this in vector format, it will be minus 10 and a 7 below it. These questions are all in all the 4 quadrants in the coordinate axis, I and j axis. Now 7 and 4 is over here. 7, 4 is over here. So this angle we need to find. So in order to find that, our angle, that is for a first one, 7i plus 4j. So our direction or the angle is tan inverse of y over x. Y is 4. 4 over 7. So this will be equal to 29.7 degrees. So now the next thing, B. Now in order to find for this minus 10i plus 7j, it is here over here. So that is our x value is 10 and our y value is 7. So when we do it, we are getting this small angle, acute angle. But from I we need to measure. So this is our required angle. So we do it as 180 minus this answer will give us a required answer. So that is why we do it as our required angle will be equal to 180 minus 35. So it will be equal to 145 degrees. C is given as minus 6 and minus 5. When we take both I and j are negative. I is also negative, j is also negative. So here you will be having the point 6 minus 6 minus 5. We'll have the coordinate over here. So when we draw the line over here, this x is 5 and y is 6. So we'll be able to find this angle. Once we find this angle, then this 180 minus this angle will give us a required. This is our required angle from the positive. So this is our required angle. So 180 minus the angle which we get, we subtract it. So we get this answer. So it will be theta equal to tan inverse of 5 over 6. So it will be 39.8 degrees. So our required angle will be equal to 180 minus 39.8. So it will be 140.2. But we are going along the clockwise direction. But our answer has to be in the anti-clockwise direction. So we write it as negative 140.2 degrees. This is 4 and minus 9. Here it will be 4 and this way it will be 9 over here. This will be the point 4 and negative 9. So we can find out this angle. This is 4 and this is 9. So we can find this angle. Then we write a negative sign for it. So theta will be equal to tan inverse of 9 over 4. So it will be equal to 66 degrees. But we need to measure it in the anti-clockwise direction. So our required angle theta will be equal to minus 66 degrees. Previously, when we found out our angles, we were just drawing graphs and checking how to proceed with finding our answers. But now this is a simple table where you just substitute in your values, you get the direction directly. Suppose if your coordinate is in the first quadrant, this is the first quadrant, second, third, and the fourth quadrant. If it is in the first quadrant, you just write it as theta equal to tan inverse y over x, you get your angle. And then if your answer is in the second quadrant, if your vector is in the second quadrant, you just do theta equal to tan inverse of y over x plus 180. If it is in the third quadrant, tan inverse y over x minus 180. And in the fourth quadrant, you just do it as tan inverse y over x. So in general, the first and these two quadrants, it has to be only tan inverse of y over x. But here it will be tan inverse of y over x plus 180. Below it is minus 180. Now let us see the same questions of what we had before and try to apply this. Now the A part of it, it is theta will be equal to tan inverse of 4 over 7. So since here it is both are positive, so it is over here, just directly do your answer, you'll get it. So the answer for this, we have already done it, it is 29.7. So this is the direct one. Then for B part, theta will be equal to tan inverse of, previously we were not considering the negative sign. Here when we are applying this method, we consider even the negative sign also. So it will be tan inverse of 7 over minus 10. So it will give us a minus 35. So when it is in the second one, we have to add 180 with this. So when we add 180 with this, we get our answer as 145 degrees. Now the C part, minus 6 minus 5. Now negative 6, negative 5 is in this quadrant. In this quadrant, that is here, I is also negative, y is also negative. So here in this quadrant, we need to subtract 180. So we take the sign tan inverse of minus 5 over minus 6. So it is 39.8. Then we need to subtract a 180 with this. So our answer is 140.2 degrees. Then for D is the values are 4 and negative 9. X is positive, y is negative. So in this quadrant, so directly use it as tan inverse of minus 9 over 4. So we get our answer as minus 66. This way when you do, it is more simpler compared to the previous one. Remember that these two are the same. And here it has to be above is plus 180, below is minus 180. And we need to consider the signs as well when finding the angle. Second question, find the unit vector of minus 4i plus 3j. B is 5 minus 4 minus 2. This is the two-dimensional vector and this is a three-dimensional vector, x, y, z plane. So here, when we have to find our unit vector, the unit vector is given by the formula vector AB over magnitude of AB. So first let us find the magnitude for the A part. Let us find the magnitude of the vector AB, that is nothing but the length of the vector minus 4 square plus 3 square. So this will be equal to square root of 25, so it will be equal to 9. Therefore, our unit vector will be equal to the vector itself, so it is minus 4i plus 3j divided by 9. We can write it as 1 over 9 into minus 4i plus 3j. Now let us do the B part. Now the magnitude of AB will be equal to 3 values are there. So do all the 3 values, 5 square plus minus 4 square plus minus 2 square. So when you simplify this, we get our answer as square root of 45. Square root of 45 is 9 5s are 45. Square root of 9 is 3. So 3 into square root of 5. So our unit vector 1 over 3 square root of 5 into our vector is, you can write it in this format, that is 5i minus 4j minus 2k. This is our unit vector. The third question, vectors A and B are given by minus 3i plus 4j plus 12k and 7i plus 39j minus 2k respectively. A, find the distance of A from the origin. Find the distance between A and B. Given that 3a plus cb equal to minus 23i minus 66j plus 40k. You need to find the value for c. Solution: A part, distance of a from origin. Origin will be equal to, this is the first vector is a. This distance, that is this x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square plus z1 minus z2 the whole square. Here our origin it is. So it will be only minus 3 minus 0 the whole square. So it is only minus 3 square plus 4 square plus 12 square. When we simplify it, we get our answer as 13 units. This is our answer for it. Now the next part is distance between A and B will be equal to B minus A. So we'll be just writing out our vectors and subtracting them. B is 7, 39 and minus 2, minus 3, 4 and 12. So when we subtract it, 7 plus 3, so it will be 10. Then when we add it up, it is 35. Then it is minus 14. So the distance will be equal to square root of 10 square plus 35 square plus minus 14 square. When we use the calculator and simplify, this will be equal to 39 units. We can also directly write it as 7 minus 3 the whole square, 39 minus 4 the whole square, minus 2 minus 12 the whole square. Then also you'll get the same way. In the C part, it is given that 3a plus cb equal to minus 23i minus 66j plus 40k. So we'll just write it out in vector format. 3, the vector a will replace minus 3, 4 and 12 plus c into 7, 39 and minus 2. That will be equal to minus 23, minus 66 and 40. We'll just equate the top values. When we equate it, it gives us minus 9. 3 into minus 3 is minus 9. Plus 7c will be equal to minus 23. So 7c will be equal to minus 23 plus 9. So it is 14, which implies c will be equal to minus 2. So we have found the value for c. Fourth question, find the vector with magnitude 9 square root of 26 and direction 3i minus j plus 4k. In order to find this vector, we find this unit vector. This unit vector we'll find and then multiply by the magnitude which is given to us. That will give us our required vector. So first let us find the unit vector. Unit vector will be equal to, magnitude of it will be equal to 1 over square root of 3 square plus minus 1 square plus 4 square into the vector. Vector is 3i minus j plus 4k. So it will be equal to 1 over, this one when you simplify, it is square root of 26 into 3i minus j plus 4k. And our required vector will be this magnitude multiplied by the unit vector. So 1 over square root of 26 into 3i minus j plus 4k. So when we cancel it, our required vector will be 9 has to be multiplied with this. 27i minus 9j plus 36k. This is our required vector. Always when the magnitude is given and if they are asking you to find the vector, you need to find the unit vector and then multiply by its magnitude. Then you will get a vector with the given magnitude. Fifth question, the points T, U and V have position vectors 10i plus 8j minus 3k, 3i plus 12j minus 14k and 3i plus 27j plus 2k respectively. Prove that the triangle TUV is scalene and B is right angle. So we are given with the triangle, that is T, U and V. From the origin, that is the position vector. From the origin to T is this vector, from the origin to U is this one, and then to V from the origin. All these position vectors are given to us. So first we need to find out what is this length of TU, UV and TV. If we find the length, if you get all these lengths as different, then we tell that the triangle is scalene. Once we get all the three lengths, then if the Pythagoras theorem is satisfied, then we tell that the triangle is a right angle triangle. So first, in order to do that, we'll first find out what is vector TU. Vector TU will be equal to OU minus OT. That is from the origin OU minus OT. So OU is the second vector. So it will be 13, 12, minus 14, minus 10, 8, minus 3. So when we simplify it, we get it as 3, 4 and minus 11. Now the distance for the vector TU will be equal to square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared plus minus 11 the whole square. So when we simplify it, we get it as 146. The same way we'll find out what is UV. UV will be equal to OV minus OU. So it will be equal to 327 to minus 13, 12 and minus 14. So it will be equal to minus 10, 15 and 16. So distance vector UV will be equal to square root of minus 10 square plus 15 square plus 16 square, that is square root of 581. Then the last one is TV will be equal to OV minus OT. So it will be 327 to minus 10, 8 and 3. So it will be equal to minus 7, 19 and 5. So the distance for the vector TV will be equal to square root of minus 7 square plus 19 square plus 5 square. So it is 435. So distance TU is not equal to TV is not equal to UV. Therefore, triangle TUV is scalene. Now the B part, TU square plus TV square will be equal to square root of 146 the whole square plus 435 the whole square. So it will be equal to 146 plus 435. This will be equal to 581. This will be equal to UV square. So we see that TU square plus TV square equal to UV squared. As the Pythagoras theorem is satisfied, triangle TUV is right angled. Thank you.